Oztent 270-degree awning. Just a size comparison here with my old awning. This Sunrift by Timber Ridge is about 80 inches and the Foxwing is about 100 inches long. It's quite a bit longer. This Sunrift is it's sort of a rectangle shape. This Foxwing is 270 degrees, so it'll go all the way around the vehicle. They do give you a bag of hardware, 2 channel nuts, some T-nuts, depending on if you have like crossbars that will work with these, or with your rack. These may also fit in your channel. I have another video on these. I found these at Home Depot, those channel nuts. This was one thing that wasn't clear to me, was what kind of brackets came with it. It's a plastic, pretty strong plastic mount. These 2 holes will connect to the back of the awning, and then there's a metal reinforcement that sits inside of here and connects to your roof rack or your crossbars. You put those either that channel nut with a bolt, or you put the T-nut up from your crossbars. The Foxwing is pretty heavy. It's like 40 pounds. The Sunrift is maybe 10 pounds. So keep that in mind if this is something you want to purchase. I mean, it's significantly a larger, taller, wider, longer item. Comes with a pretty nice cover, about the same, maybe slightly better material than this other Sunrift. I have a video on this. This was a Costco purchase, and this Sunrift, and it's been pretty good to me, but I wanted to upgrade to something that had more shade, because I find that you really only get a small section with a rectangular shape. Now, if the Sunrift was significantly longer, it could potentially be better, but pretty nice zipper this Foxwing comes with. It's got this pretty good material canvas with reflective for the awning. They say it's a UPF 50. Then there's a bag with the poles that sits on the side, and then another bag at the end here with all the stakes and everything. So I'm gonna get this put on. Now, I have a Rhino rack and I've been kind of looking at it, so you'll see how I get it on, and I'll show you how that works with the Rhino rack Pioneer system installed on the Rhino rack Pioneer tray. Now, I ended up installing them right into the crossbar here before the tray. So the tray is connected with these 2 brackets that come with it to the crossbars. But what I did was, there's a little, if you take this cap off, there's a little area in here where you can put the T-nut that comes with the awning into the top of the crossbar. And the only issue I ran into was these plastic caps are about 1 inch to 1.5 inches too long, and they have a radius, so I had to chop that. I just used a metal blade and a jigsaw, or even a little bit of hacksaw. You can see here this profile on the end caps. It sort of radiuses up, and it's just a little bit too long to sit underneath that plastic bracket. So I just had to shave it off. Be careful if you're doing that, because there's some formed pieces of plastic in here that fit into the crossbar. So, you know, I had to just kind of cut it and then put it up to the awning and then trim it a little bit more. So here's that slot where, or the space where that T-nut will fit in on mine. You may want to check that out if that's going to be your mounting option before you order this, because if you don't have enough space, like if you have a roof tray and it sits all the way out, I mean, you're gonna have a challenge. Or if you have like this safety bar around the edges, that's gonna change how you mount it as well. And then I got these to fit and lock. So it's a little bit tight right on top of this plastic insert, but it does fit. It's just kind of a matter of shaping them correctly to get them to slide underneath the awning. Now there's a little plastic like spacer or washer that goes in between the nut and this support bracket for the awning. So I used a little tape to keep that together while I got this mounted. Now, I suppose you could do this one person, but keep in mind the awning is like 40 pounds. So if you had a ratchet strap and you put the ratchet together and then push the awning up and then cinch down the ratchet, you might be able to do it, but it's really, to get it installed is a two-person deal. It has this bar, this like safety bar that I added, and it conflicts with, there is a groove here that you could attach some accessories to this outer rail, but you can see here how these plastic awning tabs are sitting right on the crossbars. So this is probably a superior way to get this mounted if you have crossbars. I have the Rhino rack HD bars, and it's better to have the weight, I think, on the crossbar than on the roof rack, because this has its own weight limit, this Pioneer tray. And again, my Pioneer tray is sitting on crossbars, so if you had one that's drilled into your roof, you would just be stuck with the limitations of how much weight could you put into any of these tracks, and then how much weight overall could you put on your your roof. So you can see here, it's just 3 bolts. There's that metal insert, and there's room for adjustment back and forth. I already opened this up and kind of got it to where I was happy with it, which is sort of in the middle. But this thing is long. There it is. It works with Rhino rack crossbars and the Pioneer tray. Got the bolts tightened down, and I'll recheck them after some time. I also got this is the Oztent tag along, and then I got some tapered extensions. So I'll post an updated video when I get that all set up on our next trip, and show you kind of how that the tent attaches to the awning. There's like a zipper section, and so this awning comes out, you know, 270 degrees, and then I can have walls on some sides, and then my tent attached right into the awning setup. So it looks pretty cool. I just have to get it all put together and update you guys, and want to thank everybody for watching. Thank all of our subscribers. I'll put some links to some of these products that I'm talking about here, this awning and the accessory tent.